Hello, magical people of the realm. This is Jamie, light working your way through the unknown. Ah, 2024. I'm super excited about this month. This year, really. The energy around it. And I don't know if it's just the fact that, Mercury retrograde has ended and lifted. It could be that the planets are all kind of in alignment right now. Whatever it is, I know that it's lifted something and inspired something more than just your typical January inspirations for things in. I hate to use the word goals now, or goals isn't so bad. Resolutions, things like that, those are very heavy terms. And especially now with the turn towards radical self love. That is a theme for this year, as well as instead of becoming someone else, becoming more of who you truly are, right? A lot of these things that we end up creating resolutions around, New Year's resolutions and things, are really so many times they're just eliminating things that are of excess so that the true us can be seen, so that we can fulfill the things that we wanted to fulfill. It's just all this other stuff, somehow we've allowed it to get in the way, right? So it's almost an undoing of the clutter around us so that we can fully be ourselves. So maybe consider looking at it that way. I know I'm going to. And allow ourselves to blossom in the way that we are yearning to. If you feel a pressure around needing to make a change, or time block, is that's been a topic of discussion on the podcast quite a bit. Time blocking, um, removing negative energies from your life, all of that stuff. It's if you're feeling that, it's because there's a bigger part of you trying to come out, trying to express itself, be more expansive, and the energy in the things around it are letting it grow and move. If any of you are gardeners out there, and so say you have a plant, it's in a small pot, right? You've been watering it, possibly fertilizing it, uh, who knows, singing to it, I don't know. But it's starting to grow and blossom, and now you see the pot is constraining it. So it needs to be let free to grow and to be put into a pot much larger than what it needed initially. So take that from this whole talk. What you needed initially is very likely not what you need now. So it's time to upgrade your planting. All right, with that said, what I have for you today is the January Angels Answers. Pardon me. So we had already a flyout. How about them apples? So what I'd like to do, as always, and even in sessions, in Zoom sessions or in-person sessions, I typically say this internally instead of out loud. But I thought maybe I'd start making a practice of saying some of this, the mantras and the clearing statements that I use out loud, to kind of give you guys some inspiration to create your own. If you've worked with me in any of the power hours or mentorships or individual sessions or courses online, I've talked about clearing your space, calling in your spirit team to protect your space so that all of the information you're channeling is really for the highest and best of both yourself and your sitter, so to speak. For those of you guys new around here, a sitter is who you're reading for or healing. That's the receiving person. We call them sitter. So that is what I'm about to do here, shuffling up my cards. Quiet time. And at the end, we'll do a little housekeeping and talk about the groups. Right now, I feel my energy settling down, grounding in, stream of thought. It's very calm. Earth of the cosmos, you moves in light, so in all light and so in all forms, we call you here today. We ask you for clear and concise readings and healings so that you be seen and heard, and we understand fully the guidances you're giving us for January. He is a beacon of light shining brightly upon us. Archangel Michael, I ask you to clear this space and the energy around any of the watchers or listeners at this time, as well as my space here. Create this sacred, unified, feared, and heavily charged space for us to receive our messages today. If there's any energies that are not here for the highest and best purpose, both myself or anyone else involved, Archangel Michael, I ask you to escort them now to the light for their own progress and prosperity. Now seal this space, all virtual spaces, in white light. So order, and so it is. Now that mantra, prayer, preparation talk, whatever you'd like to call it, spiel, some people say, it changes each time. It's really divinely inspired. I have kind of set a few sentences that I say, but there are times when they interject other thoughts and things. And just if that happens with you, just go with it. Free flow, whatever it is that they're bringing to your awareness in that space, because there may be a very good reason for it. So instead of questioning and doubting it, go with it. And later on, you can look it up or do a little bit more research as to why it came to be during your normal talk. But in the moment, go with it. All right, guys, let's get this started without further ado. We do have the Flyout card, so we got him over here on the side, or jumping card. Again, anyone new here? Flyouts, jumping cards, we take those as not a mistake in gravital forces, but they are a additional point or subject matter for the reading that spirit really, really, really wants you to add in. So take those whenever you get them. They could fly on the floor, it could go all over. Pick it up, put it to the side, continue your reading, and see how that plays in. Sometimes it adds more detail if there's question on the direction of the reading. So, but it's always for an important reason. So don't just put it back in the deck and shuffle again. There's a good reason it went flying out. All right, let's get rocking and rolling here. Most excellent. All right, I'm loving this. Loving this so much. All right. So first we have the shower of abundance. So right now, as I was just speaking to, and possibly I didn't finish my thought and I squirreled around, but I've been talking to a lot of folks, and the energy really around between now and April is going to be that of massive creation, inspired creation. There's a lot of energy supporting your dreams and your goals right now and things you want to build. So utilize this time. In fact, this could be very influential, this time period in building and or setting up for the rest of the year. So take this yummy energy right now and remove any limiting beliefs. Play pretend. The sky is the limit with what you want to build. Really, 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 I can't say it enough, to remove limiting beliefs and allow in the universe to deliver what it is you're working on in the ways that it can facilitate that delivery right now. And we'll get into that if you work with me one-on-one or in any of the mentorships. We have quite a few of those going on, and I'll have the links in the bio, in the description area, or in the power hours. Spirit Guide Power Hours twice a month. It's a group private Zoom. You don't have to have any experience. It's about an hour and a half. We do a deep meditation. We do a spirit talk. We talk about some of the limiting beliefs that those that are joining us might want to speak up and get some guidance on. I do a reading from the angels for you. We check your energy. It's a fun time. In fact, there's one Wednesday, the 3rd, which is actually the recording date tonight. And there'll be another one the 30th. So first Wednesday and third Wednesday of every month. You can find links on the website, lightworkerpath.com, in the top right area should be a power hour. So you can sign up there. So with that said, we talked quite a bit about limiting beliefs, cracking those suckers open, reframing situations to allow more potential and possibility from the quantum. The quantum field has infinite potential and options for you. Really, it is our brain and our prior programming that limits what is possible. We see things and it has to happen this way, and it's going to need to look like that and this, that. We put all these parameters on there. But if we merely put the energy and inspired essence of what it is we're building out there and allow the universe to work with us so that we can co-create it in our reality right now, there are a lot of potentials out there for some happies. You know, it may not come in the red Corvette car, but it may come in a maroon RAV4 that's just as fulfilling as the red Corvette would be. You know, we dive deeper into the core of why you want to build these things. And that's more specific manifesting. The energy around the reading and some of the other downloads I've been getting is just a building in general. It could be building a schedule for yourself that allows more breathing room and more joy in it. It could be, you know, starting a new adventure, entrepreneurial adventure, or a hobby that you really want to invest some time in and maybe get more exposure with, or have more people to join you. It could be anything like that. So really open your mind when I say build and create. You could already have a business and you really want to take it to the next level. Well, this is the time to get that additional information from trusted sources, implement it, move it all around, see how it can work for you and build and set you up for the rest of the year. So there is a potential for much abundance. Abundance is an interesting word. I used to think abundance was just money. It is not. Abundance is an overflow, if you will, of anything. It could be abundance of health, abundance of love in your life, abundance of wealth, of financial prosperity, abundance of energy. If you're trying to kick it to the next level, maybe you're exercising and trying to nourish your body and strengthen your body, you know, could be an abundance of energy so that you could get the workouts done and feel better in a healthy way. So keep that in mind. But the energy for this month is opened up to shower you with abundance if you get clear on what you need and what you want and get to the root of it and work with the universe. So secondly, they're telling you if you've been thinking about something and hadn't quite decided if you should go all in, they're saying go for it. They're giving you the green light. It's such a great energy right now this month. Green light, go for it. Do it. It doesn't matter if you're a little bit scared. I was scared to be on video 2 years ago. Here I am now. I'm doing lives. I'm doing channeling live. I'm doing all the things. I tackled it, even though it was scary. And now I'm pretty darn comfortable with it. And I enjoy it. And it's allowed me to reach you guys outside of my local area, you know, across the country now, working with people. It has opened up doors. The universe has opened up so many doors with me taking that first step into my fear. I leaned in on how, instead of what could go wrong, right? I leaned into what could go right. Think about that. Write that sucker down. Lean into what could go right instead of what could go wrong this month. Third car, entrepreneur. We were just talking about that. So this doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go down to the courthouse and start a whole business right now. But anything that is maybe a side hustle or moonlighting or something you like to do, spend some more time with it. Carve out time and allow it some space and see where it goes from there. You know, we don't know where it's going to go, but all of this really says something good is going to happen. Whether it's internal growth from you, financial growth from starting it, or maybe some new partnerships and friendships you form from doing this. We don't know how this will end. We just know the guidance and the direction that they're giving us. so that we can go 100% into that and see what awesomeness can happen, because we just don't know. Lastly, we have acceptance. And that really speaks to the radical self-love movement that has come into my field in a bigger way this last 2 months. I've heard of it for ages. I didn't pay any attention to it, really. I was like, oh, that's good. We want that, want that. But it hit me in a different way in November. And I really started to see it with entirely new eyes, this radical self-love and acceptance. Now, as I always mention when I talk about this, it doesn't mean that you just quit on improving or quit on healing yourself. Radical self-love means I love me as I am right now with my imperfections, knowing that I'm working through them and giving myself the grace and space and heart love, the support of little me. You know, we talk about big Jamie, little Jamie in mentorship, but giving little me support right now and loving me in my imperfections, knowing I'm growing every single day, right? So no harsh judgment. This is radical self-love is about forgiveness of the things that you may not be proud of that you've done in the past, working from the information you had at the time. Today, you're a different person. You wouldn't do the things in the way you did them before. How do we know this? Because you're having some sort of feeling about what you did. So you know already right now that you're not that same person as you were. So give forgiveness to that person, that person that was working from the place of hurt and place of pain. They're working from their pain, and reacting from their pain. I have some of those moments. I have to give myself love and know that I'm not that person today. That those things did help me to form who I am today. Knowing and seeing in real time at the time how it might have affected someone in a negative way, and knowing that's not what I want to represent going forward. We all know we can't take things back. We can't undo things. We are not time lords. I wish we were. Doctor Who fans out there. We can't. But what we can do is send love and support to those we may have harmed, or decisions, even love and support to decisions that we made that we would not make now, right? So no judgment, no shoulds, no resentment. We need to let that go. That can be a process for some. You can always contact me and we can work on that together. It is, whether it's me or someone else, it's much easier to work with someone in a professional sense that has your highest and best, no ulterior motives, has your highest and best in growth in mind. Because some of these instances of shadow work and releasing traumas and reprogramming, they can be hard. I mean, I know I've had some hard ones. And if I didn't have a support team around me and mentors at the time, it would have been even harder. I might not even continue through, to be honest with you. But having that support team, mentors, that's why I offer so many types of mentorships. Because it really helps things move through, helps you not feel so alone, not feel so frustrated, right? Because it's not fun working with shadow work. But anyways, with all that said, we have shower of abundance, we have go for it, we have entrepreneur, and we have acceptance. And our flyout card is the ocean card, which to me always speaks to cleansing, detoxifying. If you're primarily clairsentient and have heavy empathic tendencies, it is very important to cleanse your energetic system, right? Spend time with the element of water, the West, element of water, cleanse, detoxify. You know, there is so much that you can learn from really digging deep into the element of water. I am a little partial. That is the element I so resonate with, even though it's not my astrological association. I'm actually an air sign. Water is where it's at, man. There's healing, there's intuition, all the growth. Water is powerful yet gentle, right? water, the element of water, you must flow with it, and it goes into really when we talk about meditation and things come into your mind, right? Here's another instance of water and an analogy. So, like the tides rolling in and rolling out. If information comes in to interrupt you, don't get all upset and try to block it because you're blocking your energetic flow and your channeling. Just allow it to roll in and let it go on out. And then your mind will get quiet and you come back to your meditation again. Just allow it to flow. So, water. Water is your homework, guys. All right. I thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very excited about these angel answers. We thank you guys. This looks really awesome. And I will add some additional notes below. But I would love for you to join me on a power hour or in the Spiritual Alchemist Facebook group where we talk about all things magical and mystical and angels. And it's a wonderful, private, supportive group on Facebook. So find us there as well. Till next time.